Hello, welcome to the movie review channel. Please subscribe the channel and like the video. Let's go to the video. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. These days all we hear is about sequels, and to be honest, most of them fail to repeat the original movie's success. So much that we turned numb to them, and some even wish their favorite show never gets a sequel. And yet here we are, with a sequel to a Shrek spin-off from 11 years ago to discover dazzling spectacle. To be honest, it's been so long that I have absolutely no memory of what happened in 2011's Puss in Boots, nor the Netflix show The Adventures of Puss in Boots. But I am happy to report a lack of Puss knowledge did not negatively impact my time watching an Antonio Banderas-voiced cat scurry around with his sword. When we pick up with Puss, he's a milk-drunk legend realizing he's wasted 8 of his 9 lives. Wolf, a physical manifestation of death who wields 2 scythes and is voiced by Narcos Wagner Moura, could not be happier. All he wants is to cut down the arrogant feline as he begs for mercy. But when Puss catches wind of a fallen star capable of granting a wish, he sets off with Kitty Softpaws, represented by Salma Hayek, and a tiny dog named Perito, what we do in the shadows Harvey Guillen, to seize the opportunity. On his fluffy tail are Goldilocks starring Florence Pugh and her 3 bears crime family, and the Shrekverse version of The Collector, Big Jack Horner starring John Mulaney, who also want the star. I mean, of course, everyone's after everyone else, and they're all after the same thing, with some funny and frightening obstacles along the way. That's the standard quest-type scripts. Nothing new here. But the film also manages to convey messages of selflessness and teamwork in a way that doesn't feel heavy-handed or cloying. And the stellar voice performances and dazzling visuals keep things so engaging you won't need a laser pointer or a catnip-stuffed mouse toy to entertain you. Kids or adult, can you have both? The Last Wish was originally targeting kids, and it is funny enough to appeal to them, but it's also honest enough to entertain adults and give us that sense of nostalgia that we strive on. There are plenty of references to other fairy tales, occasionally making The Last Wish feel like a game of bingo. The film also holds a potent, if uninspired, message about appreciating and living your life to the fullest. Is DreamWorks finally joining the competition? The Last Wish also doesn't disappoint us by its animation style. The film mixes several different styles, which gives it a sense of prestige. The Last Wish clearly wants to hit the same notes that Spider-Man: Into the Spider-Verse did. Animation is a genre that is constantly evolving, and The Last Wish successfully blends different styles together for a dynamic end result, even if none of it is quite as memorable as we want. The human character design styles are also kind of uncanny. In the first sequence, in which Puss is hosting a lavish party, the human faces look Disney-style, with unnaturally large eyes. Although this was a blow in my gut, thankfully, the story warmed my heart to not give up yet, and I'm happy that I didn't. We know that DreamWorks Animation isn't a studio known for pushing the limits of the medium. However, The Last Wish might just be the best thing DreamWorks Animation has produced in the last decade. You see, they gave us the emotional thrill ride of How to Train Your Dragon in 2010 and had Kung Fu Panda 2 in 2011, a martial arts odyssey bursting with imagination that asserted director Jennifer Yen Nelson as a top-tier action director. But then, puff, I guess they just couldn't keep up with others. Anyway, the achievement glimmers with hope. DreamWorks Animation, a studio that has bounced from various homes, never found its footing against Pixar, and struggled in the shadow of the Minions, may have finally found a new mode. If this level of artistry and cleverness is what the studio brings to future films, hell, I will get in line for Shrek 5. There is so much animation can do, and Hollywood finally seems ready to grant its artists permission to do it. This movie gave me mixed reactions: laughter, joy, sadness, and definitely some shock. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish brings a strong story with some heart, but also plenty of content to watch out for, particularly since this is geared toward children, though as I said, it was also appealing for adults. But if you are thinking about watching it with your kids, be cautious that there's a lot of violence, cartoonish in nature, and some vulgar or crude language and some mention to alcohol and sex here and there. Thank you for staying with us until the end of the video. Please write your opinion in the comments section and like the video and subscribe to the channel.